During my freshman year of high school, I took a test called StrengthsFinder 2.0, and what it did was ask several questions about you and then tell you your top 5 strengths. You could also look at the book StrengthsFinder 2.0 by Tom Rath to view details about certain strengths and how you can look further to develop them. This year I took another test that was similar to StrengthsFinder 2.0, but it gives your top 5 talents and then your potential strengths. My top 5 strengths on this test were deliberative, equalizer, achieve, ideate, and belief. Deliberative was my top strength both my freshman year and this year. The strengths test I took this year listed my talent as prudent and stated that the people with the prudent talent take serious care in making decisions. In the book by Tom Rath, it also says the people who are deliberative are careful and can anticipate obstacles or risks. After reading this, it made perfect sense to me that I have this strength because almost every single time I've had this habit of planning out exactly how my day is going to go and constantly anticipate what people are going to do. My next talent is equalizer, which listed the potential strength as be fair. People with this strength recognize the importance of treating others fairly by setting clear rules and complying to them. To be honest, I was kind of surprised seeing this as one of my strengths because it always feels like I can do better treating others fairly. However, I've recognized the importance of having a fair set of rules and following through with them. Achieve is another strength I got in the test, and people with the achieve strength feel the need to be productive most of the time and like to be busy. I thought this strength fits well with deliberative because when I plan out my day, I like to assign myself something to do during my free time. Ideate is another strength I have, and people with this strength are fascinated by ideas and like to find connections. I thought this strength is also relevant to me because I get inspired by ideas and tend to find connections with them. And I think creativity has a lot to do with what ideas you are inspired by and how you connect them together. And finally, my last strength is believe. And people who have the belief strength typically have core values that they follow that remain unchanged. I think this strength has a lot to do with the foundation of the other strengths I have. In a way, belief is almost like self-assurance for me, in which I have belief in my own strengths and who I am. Because I have this belief in myself, it helps me use my strengths effectively and remain true to who I am. Of course, there are downsides or things you have to watch out for when having strengths. For example, I can't always be deliberative in situations where it's better to share more information about yourself. For the achiever strength, sometimes I need to figure out when to take breaks, not spend so much time on something that doesn't really matter. While figuring out how you can play to your strengths, it's also important to be aware of when you need to adjust to different scenarios. Ultimately, I think taking this StrengthsFinder test helps out a lot with finding out who you are. When I took this test my freshman year, it really helped me out finding who I am and what I like to do. Strengths play a huge role in who you are, so I think finding them and using them frequently can lead to personal success.